Hello, this is Palmer, and I've been playing Conan Exiles Isle of Siptah. Conan Exiles is a survival game from Funcom. It's been around for a few years now, and Isle of Siptah is a new expansion which is currently in early access. The expansion has a brand new map with a range of interesting environments to explore, new game mechanics, new mounts, new enemies to fight, and some new cosmetic items. Now in Conan Exiles you play online, and the official servers have up to 40 players at a time. You can actually play solo if you really want to, but I don't see the point of that myself. Player-owned servers can have their own restrictions and rules as well. On the official servers, you have a choice between PvP servers, PvE servers, and PvE conflict servers, which are sort of a mixture between PvP and PvE. On a PvE conflict server, you can fight other players, but you can't destroy their houses and their bases. You start off shipwrecked at a beach on the island with nothing, and your first goal is to make yourself some clothes, create some basic tools, and just to stay alive. You need to drink and to eat, and that means that you get involved in combat pretty soon, because hunting animals is usually the best way to get food. Pretty soon you'll want to build yourself a base, and the game gives you lots of flexibility when it comes to base building. You can incorporate the environment into your designs, so that means you can build on cliff faces or even at the top of trees. Your first base will probably look very basic, but as you progress through the game you can create some really attractive and interesting designs, and one of the things that I like doing is just seeing what other people have done, looking at their designs. A lot of people are much better at building bases than I am. Gathering materials and crafting is a huge part of the game. You build crafting stations such as forges and carpentry benches inside your base, and over time you can learn to make a range of weapons, armour, food, potions, bandages, and much more. Eventually you'll want to make epic armour and weapons, and of course the materials that you need for this can be a challenge to find. Different weapons work in different ways, so some might stagger an enemy, some cripple your opponent's movement speed, and some have a damage over time effect, a bleed effect. For example, there are others too. You can craft a range of different arrows, such as explosive arrows or poison arrows. Conan Exiles allows you to breed animals, which can then be used to provide resources or to fight for you. However, the game isn't like Ark, where the focus is on taming things. In Conan Exiles, your pet doesn't do your fighting for you, they just help you, but they won't do it all for you. Certain pets can also be used as mounts, and these are the horse and the rhino currently. Your pet will level up over time, and you can influence the way that they level up by giving them the right food. There are also rare pets that you can hope to breed. You do this by finding a baby pet in the wilderness, breeding it, and if you give it the right food as it's breeding, there's a chance that it will grow up into a special rare pet which is more powerful than normal. You can also capture thralls, which are other humans that you can put to work crafting for you or guarding your base. The way that you find thralls has changed on Isle of Siptah, and capturing the best thralls is much harder than it is in the original Conan Exiles game. The Isle of Siptah has a number of dungeons to explore. It also has a weather cycle in which a mysterious storm sometimes covers the centre of the island. Tough demonic creatures appear when the storm is taking place, so you can either go and fight them or move away from the centre. But they drop rare materials, so if you're strong enough, if you're fairly high level and got good equipment, you might want to go and fight them. Overall, Isle of Siptah is a great expansion. In some ways it's a little easier than the original game, as some materials are spread around the map a bit more, but it's also more challenging to capture thralls, and that's a really important part of the game. You need thralls to create the very best weapons and armour. They can create higher grade weapons and armour than you can do on your own. There are more boss monsters in the open world, more dungeons, and the storm mechanic adds a new dimension to the game. So overall, it's a great deal of fun.